Oh no, I forgot to tell somebody where I was going. That's okay. I'm sure everything is going to be fine. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to your content creators channel. In today's episode, we're talking about travel. And as your travel content creator, I want you to be safe out there. And yes, it's absolutely not fine that you didn't tell somebody where you were going before you took your trip. And beforehand is much better than already getting on the road, getting on the highway, and needing to have alerted somebody prior to going on that trip. In today's episode, we're going to talk about three very, very important reasons why you need to tell somebody you are taking a trip. And it doesn't matter if it's on an airplane, a train, in a car. It really doesn't matter where you're going to be going. This could even be including your daily commute to work. It's important for someone to know where you're going and your whereabouts because obviously safety. But let's talk about what that looks like. You are going to confide in someone who you trust, who you love, who knows you pretty well, like a family member, a friend. If you're okay with telling a next door neighbor, okay. But sometimes these days, I don't know how many of us even know those next door neighbors that are living right next door. So you definitely want to tell a family member that you trust and love, or a good friend, a best friend preferably, right? Not just an acquaintance. Somebody who you know is going to answer the phone if something goes awry. So the three pieces of information that you're going to give them is your destination, the route that you're going to be taking, and the arrival time. The reason why you want to do this is because let's say you are on your way to work and you haven't given somebody that piece of information. We're going to talk about that part in step 2. But right now we're still on step 1 in giving them that destination, arrival time, and your route. So you want to make sure that they have those 3 parts. This is your plan, right? Your plan of where you're going to be going for that day. Even if you take walks every day in the afternoon and you feel like it's safe, it's your neighborhood, you still want to tell somebody where you're going. They need to know the plan that you're making. I'm not saying that somebody needs to keep tabs on every little thing that you do, but especially if you're going to be out for a while, like a trip or like a really, really long walk, okay? If you can get into the habit of this for things like even going to the grocery store or going on like a shopping day or something like that, even whenever you're in town, that's good too. There's nothing wrong with letting someone know where you are. And it is to make sure that your plan does stay in place the way that it's supposed to. Now, let's look at part 2. The reason why someone that you trust needs to know where you are and where you're going. Depending on where you're going, it may not be the safest place. I've known people as an actor and a model who shown up to an event or an audition and it wasn't exactly what they expected and they hadn't told anybody that they were going. Something really terrible could have happened to them, but thankfully they have been safe, they're okay, they were able to get out. But it could have gone really, really badly. And that's why you don't want to take chances like that where, you end up in a situation where nobody knew where you were and they don't know how to get to you. So the reason why you gave that trusted person those 3 pieces of information, remember, your destination, your route, and the arrival time, is because let's say you're on the road and you have a car accident or a vehicle accident and nobody knows how to get to you. Nobody knows where you are. It's in the middle of the night. But if you were to have given somebody that information of your route, then they can send the correct authorities out to get you because you didn't get back to your destination at the time that you said that you had expected to arrive. Now, they're not going to go telling the authorities a minute or two after you are late. They're going to wait a little bit, right? But you want to make sure that you're in contact with them if something does kind of happen, like if there's traffic, if you stop to meet a friend on the way or something like that. So they're not freaking out that, like, where are you and what happened to you? This doesn't matter your age. Sometimes people think that they need to keep tabs on their children and put kind of these apps on their children's phones. This could go for any age, you guys. I was taking a walk one day, and it's an area that's extremely familiar to me, and I hadn't told anybody that I was going on this very long walk. I just wanted to go out, I wanted to take some photos, I wanted to take my time, and so I didn't want anybody to go with me, and I'm sure a lot of you have been in that same boat where you're just wanting to relax and enjoy your day by yourself without the interruptions of other people who may need to go to the restroom or need to stop here, or they're too tired, they want to go back home, right? So I went out by myself, and something really, really terrible happened. We're not going to go down a rabbit hole and talk about exactly what happened, but it wasn't great. And thankfully, I was okay, and I was able to call my husband immediately after the incident. Now, had the situation been worse, he probably would have had some idea where I went. He knows I like to take these walks and these type of walks where I go out and I take photos and stuff by myself, solo. But it would have been a better idea had I just sent him a quick text to say, hey, hon, I'm going to go and take some pictures today. I'm going to be in this spot, because there's lots of different areas that I can go to from where I live. So that's why I'm saying it's important that you say something. And we're living in some crazy times. Let's just be really honest. And so that's why it's important that you take the time out to just tell somebody. Let's talk about the third reason why it's so important to share this information when you're traveling or just having a longer day out of the house. This is going to keep everybody that's involved from worrying about you. Your family, your friends, your coworkers. You don't want everyone to stress out. So if you just take the time to get into this habit, it's going to keep everyone at peace, everyone with less stress and less worry about you. I understand wanting to get into the car and just drive, or just wanting to take that long walk and just be by yourself. We all need that time. So there's nothing wrong with just letting somebody know about it ahead of time before you go and do said thing. Now, I'm going to throw in a little bonus. This is a fourth reason to do this and how easy it is to do it. Basically, it's how easy it is to do it. Not a fourth reason, but how easy it is. And I guess that kind of is like a reason because it's easy. Another reason. It's simple. I mentioned I could have called my husband and I could have just sent a text to say, hey, I'm going to go on a walk and to do this. That's exactly what you could do too. You could send a quick text, or you could send like an email. Text is usually a lot quicker than an email, but if somebody's like not always with their phone, but they are always at work and on an email on a computer desktop, they might see the email quicker than they'll see the text message. It just depends on who you are messaging. There are some apps out there that will also help you to send your location, but you don't have to go that far. You don't have to use an app, especially if you're not super tech savvy. All you have to do is send a text. Most of us know how to do that at this point. Or you can send an email, and everyone should also know how to do that as well. Depending on your age, you may have to ask to learn how to do those things, but if you were super young and can't send a text or send an email, you probably should not be going anywhere by yourself anyways. So, yeah, those are some reasons why it's important for you to remember safety first when you are going on a road trip, if you're going on a traveling trip, like getting on an airplane, taking a train, you're taking a long walk, whatever it might be, that you're going to be out of the house or away from home a little bit longer than your typical day, and even like your work route. There's nothing wrong with somebody knowing your work route as well ahead of time, and your work schedule, and like when to be expecting you home as well. So you want to be as detailed as possible. You want to give an address for your destination. For the route, you want to like have like street names and stuff like that. So like you can literally copy paste from like Google Maps, like an app like that, and just put that in the text as well, just so that they know what route you chose to take, because there's different routes out there. And this means that if something did happen, someone's going to be able to get to you a lot quicker, like I mentioned before. I just wanted to reiterate and remind you. This is important. I care about your safety, and a lot of people in your life love you, so they care about your safety as well. I hope that this video has been helpful. I'm your travel content creator, and I am going to see you in the next episode. What should we talk about next? Comment below what you think we should talk about next. What should we discuss in travel? What are some of the concerns that you're having with traveling, whether it be safety or packing or anything to do with travel? I'd like to hear from you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Put away your phones and cameras, let the good times